everyone, welcome back to Cherry on Top's YouTube channel. This month we are working with interactive elements. So I got this fun die set from Paintbrush Studio. It's called the Side Slider die. It's really fun. So I cut it out of Vicki Boutin's Foundations paper, and I'm going to pair it with these watercolors that are part of the summer cherry box over at a Cherry on Top. My whole layout is actually going to be created using that summer cherry box. So I want to watercolor all of the pieces for this die set before I put it together. So after I did the first panel, I kind of came up with a different way of doing it. So I discovered that for this the look I was going for, I would go ahead and kind of put the watercolor onto my glassboard studio mat, and then I go ahead and kind of just dip the papers into the watercolor. I am using the two kind of pinky purpley watercolors. You get a whole set of watercolors in the cherry box for summer. And I just wanted to give these, I wanted to give these panels the look almost like a paint kind of swish because of the pattern paper that I'm going to use, but you're going to see that in a minute. So my entire layout is based on this pattern paper, which is part of the box. I really, really love this paper. It's so pretty. I knew I wanted to use it. So I am pulling out these bits. They are called Sherbet Remnants, and they are from 49th and Market. There's 24 of these pieces in this kit. So they look a little bit like envelopes or papers that are kind of roughed up at the edges for you. I'm going to color match them to those paint swatches across the top of my page, and then I'm going to mat each of my photos, except for one, in a coordinating color. So this is kind of my idea. And then the pink piece, that's where my interactive element is going to be, and my idea is to make it so that that pink stripe at the top of the page kind of continues its way down. Now, I folded this, and I shouldn't have folded this, but I didn't realize that I didn't need to fold it, and I shouldn't have folded it. But as I put this together, I'm too lazy to go back and cut another one. And watercolor another one, because these are dry. So we're just going to go with the fact that this is folded. Don't fold yours. So I'm going to put this interactive slider die together. This goes together really easy. There is like a how-to video on Paintbrush Studio's YouTube channel, and it works really well. I absolutely love this die for interactive elements on scrapbook pages. I think it's supposed to be for a card. I know this, but you know what? It's me, so I'm putting it on a scrapbook page. One of the pieces I didn't use because I realized that that piece is actually supposed to go on the inside to create like a window, which would be awesome. Again, as I was kind of figuring out this die set, how it all worked, all that kind of stuff, I came up with lots of different ways I could use it. So we're going to use it just very simply today, and then we're definitely going to be using it again on some other upcoming projects that I have going. But there you can see the idea. And then on the back, I'm going to pop it up with some foam adhesive. You can see here my idea is like I want that pink color to kind of be coming down, almost like that paint stripe is longer than all the rest. So once you have the pull-out piece attached to the main sliding part, you're going to need some foam tape, and you put the foam tape all around the edge, and that's going to create this like well, which allows your pull-out piece to function to move easily. So there is that paint stripe. I think it matched up and looks pretty good. I'm still a little annoyed that there is that crease in it, but oh well, nothing I can do about that. So I'm going to get all my photos in place. This layout has 6 photos on it, which is pretty good. So I think the hardest part of this layout was probably the embellishing, and I really struggled a little bit here. I want to embellish this cute little interactive piece, but I also need to be careful that my photo doesn't smack into anything. I'm going to play with these flowers. In the end, I don't end up using any of them. I really wanted to stick to just the kit. I didn't want to pull in a lot of other elements. And I did have to pull in an alphabet, but the rest of the layout is created using products from the kit and that interactive die. So I'm going to use lots and lots of these pretty rub-ons. I'm going to create a little border down the side of my interactive element, and I'm going to have that border you can see here kind of continue down so that when you pull the element down, it's kind of just continuing that border. Then I'm going to go ahead and add just a couple stickers from the sticker pack into the mix there. And I am going to end up adding like some little butterflies, little things down in the pool, the interactive pull out piece. So the next thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit of color in this lower right hand corner, and this is going to be kind of like a base for my title. I chose these alphabet stickers from Pink Fur Studio. They're white and they have like a gold foil on them. So I want to have a little bit of color behind them just so you can really see them. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a little bit of all the different colors that are across the top of my page, and I'm going to place them in that lower right hand corner. Once I have these strips of rub-ons down, I'm going to go ahead and put down my title. My title is going to be The Carousel Museum. As I put these down, I will tell you a little bit about this page. So we spent the day at an amusement park, which is not super far from us, a little bit, maybe an hour or two drive from us, and it is located in Elysburg, Pennsylvania. It's called Knoebels. So we spent the day there with 2 of my sisters and all their kids, so all the cousins got to ride rides and all of that. And one of the kind of interesting things to me that I discovered at this amusement park was a carousel museum. So they have the best carousel there. It was one that I have been riding since I was 10, 12, and it's an older carousel that still has the rings. So we that will be a story for another day. But after we were done riding the carousel, I noticed this carousel museum, which hadn't been there the last time I was there. And so we walked through, and it was really interesting, super fun. I took lots of photographs. And when it was time for me to scrapbook them, I just wanted to have one page because I have lots more pages from this trip that I want to scrapbook. So this will be like a nice chunk of my summer album for 2024. So I wanted to make sure I had the same tones that were in my watercolors. That's part of my interactive section. I want to make sure I had those same tones on my throughout the rest of my page. So I grabbed a piece of paper that had that same pink watercolor on it, and I just punched 2 of these little circles to kind of help pull that color throughout the rest of my layout. I am going to use all these flowers, and yes, they're a little bit on the chunky monkey side, but I'm okay with it. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of go with it, I guess. Once I had the flowers in place, because see, they look so good there, and for a scrapbook page about a carousel museum, I just felt like that worked really well. I'm going to use some of the butterflies from the sticker book, and then I'm going to punch some of my own butterflies. And you can see here I'm kind of adding the little butterflies into different sections. I'm also going to use some hearts for some embellishment as well. For a couple extra butterflies, I'm using a punch from my stash, and I'm just going to punch out some of the different colors. These are the scraps from when I matted my photos. So I'm just going to punch a couple of butterflies from those scraps to add to certain sections of my layout to create kind of like butterfly clusters. I'm going to keep playing with the interactive element on this page. I just want to make sure that it's going to open and close, and that photo is going to move up and down as I put it together. I just want to make sure that it's, everything is working. I haven't added too much to that pull down tab, and that everything's going to slide in and out smoothly. I have little pops of black throughout my layout, and I decided I want to do a little bit of doodling. Again, I kind of wanted to bring in that kind of magical carousel type feel. So I'm going to give my butterflies some little trails with a gel pen. And my last little detail is going to be to add some morning dew Nuvo drops to the inside of the butterflies, just to get these dry super clear, like completely clear, and it just adds a little bit of a tiny detail to them. And that is where my layout's going to be done. I hope you have enjoyed this fun interactive project. I really, really love this side slider die from Paint4 Studio. It's super easy to use, and I can see myself adding little interactive elements to lots of projects to come. Here are all of the close-ups. I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye.